ever wondered how old a politician can be before they can collect a pension? I have, and after some research I've come across the Parliamentary Superannuation Handbook, which is what I've got up here at the moment. So we've got the deferral pension to age 55 for certain members, certain categories of PCSS. PCSS stands for Parliamentary Contributory Superannuation Scheme, are not entitled to receive their parliamentary pension before the age of 55. This is called the age 55 restriction. Isn't that good? I mean, age 55, and yet here we are, they pushed us back to 67, so we can't get the pension until we reach 67, and they're thinking of putting that up to 70 or whatever, but they can get it at age 55. But anyway, it gets better. So PCSS members who join the Parliament on or after 10th of November 2001, they have the age 55, so they can't get it until 55. But this does not apply to PCSS members who joined the scheme before 2001 and have continuously remained in the Parliament. If they qualify for a pension, they can receive this regardless of age from the time of their retirement. Get that? From the time of their retirement. So it doesn't matter how old they are. If they joined before 2001, they can get a pension. How? No, that's utter crap. And just, for example, did a bit more research and I've had a look, and we've got Kevin Rudd and Julia Gillard. They're both getting a pension of roughly $200,000 a year, as well as an estimated $300,000 a year office and travel cost. So since 2013, between the two of them, that's almost $1 million a year. So 2013 is when Gillard got kicked out. She got an immediate pension. So between Gillard and Rudd, that's 5 years. We've paid $5 million just for those two. And then we've also got, say, for example, John Howard, when he got kicked out, he's up to a $250,000 a year pension, as well as getting a $300,000 a year office and travel costs. I mean, why are we still paying for their offices? Why they even have an office? They're not in Parliament anymore. We don't hardly hear from them anymore. So why are we still paying them all this money? We don't have any sort of entitlement like that when we are on a pension. Shit, we're lucky to get a pension if a good superannuation scheme, or if we manage to save too much money, so our means testing means we don't get a pension. Does not apply to politicians. They get a pension. Julia Gillard's got a job for almost 4 then. Julia Gillard's got a job. We're in debt. They keep telling us to tighten our belts, but it's fine for them to increase their wages. They're always increasing their wages. They're always getting well-funded pensions that we're paying for, mind you. That's coming out of our tax. Why are we as Australian citizens allowing that to happen? Politicians have all the perks. I found this other site. Check this out. Parliamentary expenditure. This is just for April-June 2018. See, this there, April-June 2018. So this is for 1 quarter. And, we've got travel allowance, overseas travel, domestic scheduled fares, unscheduled transport, everything. It's, who should we pick on? Bill Shorten. Okay, so his office is in Melbourne. His travel allowance was $12,894. His overseas travel was $12,000. His domestic scheduled fares was $40,000. There was no unscheduled transport. Then we've got other car expenses of 36 grand. That's not bad. Then we've got office facilities that cost us almost $74,000. Then we have office admin costs, another $75,000. Telecommunications, $1,600. Then we got family travel costs, $7,700. Why the hell do we have to pay for his travel costs, his family travel costs? Isn't he earning enough he can pay for his own family? Why do we have to pay for that? If I were to take my family somewhere and I was working for a company, most of them don't pay for my family costs. If I wanted to bring them, I've got to pay for them. He should too. This is crap. And then that last big one of over $500,000, that's all his employee costs. Don't know exactly what that is, but we can scroll down quickly and have a look. Employee costs, that includes payments made for domestic and overseas travel where the travel can be attributed to an employee. Maybe you should have a look at cutting that down. That includes their motor vehicle, travelling allowance, domestic schedule fees, cab charge, whatever. That's just for one person. Okay, let's have a look at Malcolm Turnbull. Just find Turnbull, let's see what he's costing us, or was costing us, because he's out now. All right. So his travel allowance was $11,500. His overseas travels, here we go, almost $300,000. No domestics. These guys are too good for domestic travel by the looks of things. No unscheduled transport. Okay, then we've got other car costs of almost 20 grand. The next one is office facilities, another 81. And then we've got office admin costs of 88. Telecommunications, we don't look like he spends too much time on the phone, so stuff knows what we were paying for, $593. That's pretty cool. Family costs, not as much as Shorten, it's 2.5 grand. But his employee costs another $500,000. That's just two of them. Have a look at how many of these guys are pollies that we are paying for. There are shitloads. If they want to save some money, this is where they can save some money. Let's have a look at this is family costs. If we run down the Andrew Lee, $369, $257 for Anthony Albanese, $291 for Honourable Mark Coulton. Any big ones? $1,000 here for David Gillespie. $2,500 for Emma Hussar. Who the hell is Emma Hussar? And it's a miss. What does she get to have family costs for? Miss Emma Hussar. Really? Here's another site that I've come across, and I'll have links to all these at the bottom of the video, guys, okay? So now you can look this sort of stuff up yourself. This one's a bit dated 2 years ago, but you can, have a look at different. You can break down the expenses for these people. So let's have, for example, if we want to look at their overseas or their travel allowance. Julia Bishop, she spent $37,000 in from January to June. So in a 6-month period, $37,000. Susan Lay, $36,000. You wonder how many of these were actually business orientated. Because what do they include in these travel allowances? Are they rorting? Are they rorting Are they rorting us? Are they ripping us off? Julia Bishop overseas. $354,000. Malcolm Turnbull. So 416, 354 for Malcolm Turnbull, and 309 for Andrew Robb. Overseas travel. Domestic, charter. This is interesting. Barnaby Joyce, $85,000. Bob Catter, $53,000. Do they really have to charter? Can't they go on normal planes like we do? Perks that politicians receive and why they're in a spotlight. So earlier this week, this is what, last year, Susan Lay, amid a storm of overuse of travel expenses, emerged that she made several trips to the Gold Coast on the public dollar, including one trip which she bought an $800,000 apartment in what she said was a spur-of-the-moment decision. Really crap, I say. And it's happened heaps of times before. Julia Bishop, $2,700 to attend an exclusive polo match. Really? And how many of these people go to the AFL, go to, and we're paying for it. They should be accountable. They should be, ticks and crosses. They should be stipulating what they're using this money for. Whenever they go out, it has to be checked. The company wouldn't just let us, if I worked for a major company, they would know where their money was being spent. If I was going on a personal holiday, they wouldn't be funding me for that. If I was going on a business trip and I was going and spending money in the most luxurious restaurants and it wasn't necessary, they wouldn't be funding me for that. And yet we fund all our politicians without batting an eyelid. There just isn't any accountability for these wankers. But really, we're the wankers because we're the ones that just let them do what they want. And it would be great if we could just have a political party or a politician to win there who actually fought for the people and not for themselves. That's what they seem to be doing. They come first, then it's the country, and then we're on the end. And we're the one that fund everything. And this is crap. And sorry, I just had to have my little rant, and that's it. If you've got anything to say, just say something in the comments below. Love for you guys to subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Always great to have you guys here. It's Peter from my Bonzo channel signing off. Thanks, guys.